I was going through the comment section of one of my more recent uploads and I came across a suggestion about a video topic that I absolutely loved. The suggestion was left by Mike Hunt. And no, that's not this person's real name. If you don't get the reference, bless your heart.
YouTube, please don't demonetize me.
But it wouldn't be the funniest name in the world. I mean, my dad used to work with a lady named Robin Banks, and my best friend's sister was Amanda Holder, and oh yeah, there's a girl in my youth group named Amanda Lynn. So people can have funny names, but that's not this person's real name. In fact, Mike Hunt turns out to be a girl. Now, I loved her suggestion. Her suggestion for a topic was, how have my views changed on paranormal phenomena since I began this channel? Now, this is something that I've actually wondered about in regards to other content creators who make similar videos that I make. So, love the topic, and that's what this video is going to be about. Well, I have thought long and hard about this, and straight up, I am not 100% comfortable talking about some of the stuff that I'm going to share with you in this video. I was just talking with Bad Bug about this, actually. The short and skinny of it is, when it comes to most specific topics that I've covered in the past, honestly, my opinion hasn't really changed that much. Where my views have changed has a lot more to do with my overall worldview. In particular, my understanding and the way that I understand and interpret Scripture. I make no secret that, yes, I am a Christian. I'm a Protestant. My faith is something that's very important to me. So yes, I am going to be talking about religion in this video. Get used to it, but don't worry, it's not going to be preachy. Having grown up here in the Bible Belt, I've always shared the same pretty much black and white view on what happens to people after they die. Two choices. You go up or you go down, heaven or hell, right? That has been very, very, very challenged. I'm going to talk about two things specifically: ghosts and the haunting phenomenon, and something that I'm really not comfortable talking about at all: reincarnation. So let's start with ghosts and haunting. Well, I don't think I ever really questioned the reality of hauntings. Prior to starting a paranormal channel, I didn't put a whole lot of thought, and I didn't really do a whole lot of research into specifically what ghosts are. The Christian Protestant paradigm, there's pretty much two camps. One camp says, no, there's no such thing as ghosts. The other camp says, okay, well, there is a such thing as hauntings, but this entire phenomenon can be explained by demonic activity. Yes, I still think that some hauntings are demonic, but I'm no longer convinced that that's the case with all of them. Why is it that there are so many themes repeated in hauntings? There are so many trends. Wherever you see trends, there are always reasons for those trends to be there. And if you want to get to the bottom of a mystery or solve a problem in science, you have to look at those trends. Gettysburg is famous within the ghost hunting community because there seemed to be so many dead soldiers marching around. Most of these guys were very young. They had something taken away from them. There are a lot of hauntings, like one that I covered, Lydia's Bridge, car accidents. There are a lot of hauntings where someone has been murdered. Again, having your life cut short. Suicides. That's another huge trend when it comes to seemingly whatever's causing people to become ghosts. I have to wonder if it has anything to do with when someone's life is taken away from them. What if they just don't accept their new reality, which is that they are no longer alive? Does not accepting their own demise have anything to do with what's trapping them? It occurred to me that there might be an answer to be found in Catholicism. Is it possible that these ghosts are in purgatory? But let's go back to the Protestant paradigm for a moment. Now, Scripture doesn't say where heaven and hell are. If in fact those are the only two options for where you can go after you die, is it possible that maybe one layer of hell is here on earth? I don't know. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying I don't. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm more open now to other possible explanations as to what's going on there. So that's all. Now, let's talk about reincarnation. Really not looking forward to talking about this. I can honestly say that prior to my forming a channel on YouTube, reincarnation was never anything that I ever looked into. I just automatically rejected the notion of it. And I felt very comfortable doing that. So, in my years of doing YouTube, I've done some reading into it because I was curious. I mean, I am curious about all unexplained phenomena. And there have been a few things that I've read, as well as documentaries that I've watched over the last few years that have, gone pretty deep into specific cases of alleged past lives. Now, typically when this happens, it will be a young child having memories of someone who died. And the cases that I've heard about very, very frequently end up where this young child is being able to know things and having these memories that are found to actually be true of someone who died. I am talking about down to very, very specific details. Well, when it comes to hauntings and stuff like that, I think that I showed that there are ways where you can take scripture and sort of fudge an interpretation to include hauntings as a possible reality for humans after they die. Now, don't hear me wrong. I'm not saying that I proved anything. I'm just making the point that things can be interpreted in such a way that can allow the possibility that ghosts are dead people. That is not true at all with reincarnation. In fact, quite the opposite. I am very, very well versed in scripture and the Bible, the Protestant Bible. And I'm pretty sure the Catholic Bible and the Greek Orthodox Bible don't have any passage that talks about reincarnation as a possibility either. I'm not sure about that, but I do know the Protestant canon really well. And there are quite a few verses that directly say that we have one life to live. So, what then am I supposed to make of all these cases that I've read about? I mean, how are these kids able to get so many things right about stuff that they should know absolutely nothing about? I can't answer that. And straight up, that makes me really, really uncomfortable. For whatever reason, there seems to be an age where these children simply stop remembering the, supposed past life. That's weird. Not sure what to make of that, but that is absolutely a well-documented trend in this phenomenon. Another thing, some, not all, but I'd say many of the cases that I'm familiar with involve the previous life having been taken at a pretty young age, and also very often being taken in a very tragic and unexpected way. There's one case off the top of my head that I remember. There was like a soldier in a war, don't remember which war it was, but I mean, a young kid killed in combat, like 18 or 19 years old. So, yes, dead soldier. A little bit later, you have this young child vividly remembering details about this dead soldier who's a complete stranger to him, and there's no reason why this child should have any knowledge about this dead soldier, yet he does. And moreover, this child has a birthmark in the exact spot where the soldier was shot. The shot that took the soldier's life. The kid had a birthmark there. How do you explain that? I don't have a good explanation for that. There's a lot that I just don't know. Reincarnation, yes, it goes against scripture. So what the heck am I supposed to do in my position with this information? Now, is reincarnation the only way to explain this? I don't think so. I think it's possible that there may be a few other things going on. Like, perhaps this kid just had a weird psychic link, which incidentally isn't really scriptural either, but who knows? Maybe there's something to the concept of the Akashic records. Maybe these kids are somehow tapping into the Akashic records and honing in on someone who had recently died. It was a lot more comfortable to have a resolute belief about this. And straight up, people, I'm not comfortable talking about this, but even this confusing stuff doesn't really shake my faith. Not sure what to do with the information. Now, if you guys, excuse me, I have the worst habit of saying you guys. I'm trying to break that, so sorry. If you all are familiar with L.A. Marzulli, I'm a big fan of L.A. Marzulli. Now, I agree with a lot of what he says. I don't agree with everything he says, but if you don't know who L.A. Marzulli is, he is a Christian Fortean researcher. I know that sounds kind of weird, but he investigates a lot of this fringe stuff from a very, very strictly Protestant paradigm. And certainly nothing wrong with that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I would really, really like to see someone like L.A. Marzulli take on some of these cases of alleged reincarnations. I'm still not comfortable talking about it, so I'd love to hear his analysis of it. Well, congratulations if you are still with me, because you, my friends, have just made it through what I believe is my most rambly video ever. Part of the reason this was so long is that I wanted this to be transparent and just open, and I felt like the best way to do that would be to make the entire thing off script. And of course the downside to that is it was a bit rambly. Even so, I didn't get to every single topic, I didn't get to everything that I was wanting to get to. The good news is I got through all the really itchy stuff, so I'll probably do a part 2. Not right away, because this is tough for me to do. Now, one thing that I did want to mention is if you want to check out L.A. Marzulli's channel, I will put a link to his channel in the description, so definitely check that out. And I really do hope that you enjoyed this, and if nothing else, I hope you found it somewhat interesting. Hey everyone, Drew here from Mad Cat Mysteries, and I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. If you did, you can click on the subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.